This is the physical science video for 1.2 measurements. Measurements, to begin with, you have to have a standard. A standard is an exact quantity that people agree to use to compare measurements. So for instance, an inch is a certain length no matter what. Okay? An SI unit is a system used in the modern form called the metric system. So in the metric system, you have things like grams, meters, liters. Those are SI units. They are the base of the quantity. Okay? In America, we don't use SI. We use a different system. But in the scientific world, you're going to have to know how to use the metric system. So a measurement, when we do problems in class or we do a lab or anything like that, a measurement has to include a number and a unit. So a measurement has to have a number and a unit. So for example, 5 grams per milliliter. The 5 is the number, the grams per milliliter is the unit. 304.6 meters, that is the number, this is the unit. Now, if you didn't have that, if you just had 304.6, nobody would know what the heck you're talking about. You have to actually put the unit there to get credit for your final answer. Now, the next few slides we're going to talk about some different types of measurements. So for instance, if you were measuring distance, you first need to know the definition of that. Okay, so distance is an easy one, so we're going to start off easy here. When I tell you to go find the distance of something, you're going to find its length. Okay, so for the next few slides, you need to put the type of measurement, the definition of it, and then its SI unit for distance is meters. So if I were to measure the length of this guitar, that means I'm actually finding from the starting point to the ending point of it, and this would be measured in meters. Mass is another one we're going to be doing a lot in here. Definition is the amount of matter. Okay, mass is the amount of matter. It's how much stuff you are made up of. The more stuff you've got, the more mass you got. The SI unit is in grams. Okay, so this is just showing you this is how we would find that grams. We use scales and things like that. So this figure here is 319 grams. That's how much stuff it's made of. Next thing that we're going to be finding a lot of, volume. Definition, amount of space it takes up. The SI unit that we're going to be using is liters. Now you need to be familiar with some other common units because we're going to see them in problems. Milliliters, centimeters cubed. That cubed part means you're finding that volume, the 3D length of the object. Now, with volume, we have a little bit more math that comes with it. You have to be able to find the volume of an object in 3 different ways. The first way is the one that you're probably familiar with the most, and then that is if it's a liquid, you're going to use what's called a graduated cylinder. So that's this picture over here, or like in the kitchen you use a cup or something like that. Okay? Regular shaped objects, you can find the length, the width, and the height, and you just multiply them. Okay? So length, width, height. Here, this is an irregular shaped object, so you can't really take a ruler to it. There's no ruler kind of thing that you can use. So you're going to do what's called a volume displacement using a graduated cylinder. And then the next slide, I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to roll through the steps here, and then I'm going to do an example. First step, you're going to measure the original volume of water. Okay? Then you're going to put the object in, record the new volume, and then this should be step 4 here. Step 4, you find the object's volume simply by doing the new volume minus the original volume. So for example, step 1, measure the original volume of the water. So before you actually put the object in, what is the volume of this water? And that would be 40. Okay? And let's say this is milliliters. So 40 milliliters. Next step, put the object in. So we put the object in. Third step, find the new volume. So you've added this object to it, so the water's gone up. That amount that it's gone up is the volume of the new object. So you're going to find the new one. Now the tick marks, you see it going 10, the little tick 20, little tick 30, and so forth, every tick mark you've got to be able to figure out what it is as well. So for example, if this is 90 and that's 100, this tick mark has to be 95. So here you have 60, a tick mark, and then 70. That means this tick mark is 65 milliliters. Okay, so step 1, original volume. Step 2, new volume. Last step, you're going to do the new volume minus the original. So you're going to do 65 minus 40. So that would give you 25 milliliters. And that is how you find the volume of an irregular object using water displacement. Okay, the last topic for this video is the metric system, so we're going to roll through this fairly quickly. First thing you're going to know is this little, what all these letters stand for. So first off, you need to remember the order of the letters here, and we're going to use King, Henry, died, by, drinking, chocolate, milk. So if you can remember that, you can remember the order of it. You have to remember the exact order of this. So King, Henry, died by drinking chocolate milk. Then you need to know what the letters actually stand for, okay? Not just the order of them, you gotta know what they mean. So K stands for kilo, H, hecta, capital D, deca, B stands for base. Now base are your single letters. So anytime you have a single letter, this is where you are at. One letter by itself, doesn't matter what it is, you're always at the base. Little d is deci, C, centi, M, milli. Okay, it's going to be extremely important. You've got to know what everything is here. So let's do some examples. Okay, at top, I have those again. Problem 1, 20 centimeters. So what you're going to do is you're going to find that letter and you're going to circle it. So every time you do a problem, you're going to write that out and you're going to circle it. So here you have a C, that's where you're at. Now, where are we going? First off, a most common mistake is to go to that M, but you have to stop yourself. If it is a single letter by itself, you are going to the base. Single letter base. I would put that somewhere. Single letter means base. Single letter base. Okay? So this means we're going from the C to the base. Now you always start from where you are to where you're going, and you're going to jump on the letters like a frog on a lily pad. So we're going to jump from where we started to where we're going. So we're starting at C and we're going to jump towards what we're trying to get to. So we're going to jump 1, 2 times to the left. Okay? Start at the C, jump to where you're going. So we're going to go 2 times to the left. Now whatever you do on the letters is the exact same thing you're going to do to the decimal place and the number. Okay? Whatever you do to the letters is what you're going to do to the number. So here, first off, it's just 20. Where the heck is the decimal place? There's no decimal. Where is it? Okay? If there is no decimal, that means it's always at the end. Okay? If there is no decimal, put it there. It's at the very back of the number. Now, you're going to do exactly what you did here. 1, 2 times to the left. You're going to do the same thing to the decimal. So 1, 2 times to the left. Now instead of jumping on the numbers, you're actually moving them between the numbers here. So 1, 2 times to the left. What this means is your answer is 0.20. Okay, and that's it. So let's do another one. Okay, so this time we have 0.032 liters and we're trying to get to milliliters. So we're going to rewrite here. Let me do it here. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Okay, there's just a single letter. What does that mean? Single letter means we're going to start at the base. So we're going to start at the B. Okay, starting at the B. This time we're going to go to ML. This means That one little letter there means we're going to go to the M. So you start here and we're going to go there. Jump on the letters like lily pads. 1, 2, 3 times to the right. 3 times to the right. Now you're going to do the same thing to the decimal. 3 times to the right. 1, 2, 3 times to the right. So you get 32. You can drop zeros at the beginning. And that's it. Okay, so let's try another one. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. We're starting at K. Starting at K. And we're going, most common mistake again is that M, but if it's only a single letter, again, single letter means base. Okay, so we're starting at K, going to base. So 1, 2, 3 times to the right. Same thing for that decimal. Again, no decimal in the number. Where is it? It's at the back. Anytime you have to add the decimal, it's always at the back of the number. And you're going to go 3 times. 1, 2, 3 times to the right. Okay, what does that mean? We got 45 and then a bunch of blank stuffs. Okay, so anytime you're jumping and there's nothing there, you're going to add zeros into it. So that means you end up getting 45,000. All right, last one. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Okay, little d. Now this is the thing. You have big D and little d. Little d, lowercase d, means you're at deci. And you're going to K. So we're at deci, going to K. You need to always make sure you start with the letter that you're starting with because it determines on whether you go left or right. So we're starting at little d, going to K. 1, 2, 3, 4 times to the left. 4 times to the left. Now we're going to do the same thing to that decimal. Again, decimal's not there, so we're going to add it to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how it jumps and there's nothing there? That means you're going to add a 0. So you get 0.0805. Now you can put a 0 in the front. That doesn't make a difference to me. Okay?